Hello and welcome to Autoportal.com, the car buying website that helps you buy better. Well, most sports car manufacturers really harp on their cars' sharp steerings, dynamic chassis, and peppy engines. But Audi knows that if you have a car which offers all these along with gorgeous looks, then half the battle is already won. And that is exactly what makes the TT a winner. That striking looking face, those pronounced wheel arches, and that sloping roof really give it a lot of personality. This is a car you will purely buy for its stylish looks. Well, the Audi TT is also one of those few sports cars that is genuine on practicality, and it has a genuinely usable boot. As you can see, it's a very square-shaped boot. There's a bit of a lip, but that's quite okay. And you can actually store in some decent amount of suitcases and luggage in this car. I'll demonstrate that by putting our camera bag into it. And as you can see, it fits in quite nicely, and I guess there's space for two more of this size. If you want to increase the storage capacity, you can drop the backrest off the back seats, and you can do that by touch of a button here. Well, so if you want to put in a longer object like maybe your cameraman's tripod, this car really is pretty useful. So full marks to Audi for giving it a very practical and genuinely usable boot. Well, Audi really makes the best cabins in terms of quality and design, and the TT is no different. This cabin really holds true to Audi tradition in terms of materials as well as overall build, and everything really feels very upmarket. Nothing feels out of place in this cabin, and really it's a job well done from the Audi design team. The highlights of course include these three AC vents over here in the middle, and they get these brushed aluminium surrounds which really work as regulators for the airthrow, and that really is a very unique and nice touch. All the other controls are very tactile, and the center console is very easy and intuitive to use, making it one of the easiest cars in its class. Also, the gauges are very sporty to look at. Well, the steering wheel adjusts for rake as well as for reach, and that along with the height adjustable seat really means that finding a good driving position is very easy. Well, these seats really are one of the best in terms of comfort. Bolstering is really good, side bolstering is excellent, and when you are pushing this car into corners, this side bolsters really hold you in your position very well. It's not a very practical car because of course it's a sports car. You don't expect it to have the same practicality as a hatchback, but that said, it does have two cup holders over here. There's a small tray right below the handbrake to put your cell phone at, and there's also a small tray ahead of the gear lever where you can put your knickknacks in. And the glove box is pretty useful. It's well shaped and it's deep enough to genuinely house some big items like maybe a couple of cold drink cans. So really, in the overall analysis, the Audi TT's cabin, one of the best that I've ever been in inside any sports car. Well, just like any other car, the TT isn't really perfect, and I'll show you one of its biggest flaws by getting into the back seat now. Well, as you can see, getting inside is a bit of a clumsy affair, and once you're inside, it's not really meant for adults. I don't think Audi designed the back seat for any adults, and even small kids are going to have a bit of an issue sitting for long journeys over here, because once you fix this seat back, I mean, well, I'm 5'10", and as you can see, the sloping roofline means that I have absolutely no headroom at the back. Leg room is also almost non-existent. Well, getting outside from the rear seats is as clumsy and ungainly as getting in them. Well, it's really amazing the amount of power that car manufacturers are putting into small engines now. Well, this is a relatively small unit. It's a 2-liter engine, but it makes 208 bhp of power, and that really goes to show you the amount of engineering that Audi have put into this engine. It's a FSI motor, and the power of course comes via this 6-speed automatic gearbox, and it's a very brisk and effortless unit, to say the least, very jerk free. Well, if you are one of those keen drivers and you really want a sense of involvement with the gear shift, you can of course do that with this flappy pedal at the back. Well, this car of course comes with Audi's legendary Quattro all-wheel drive system, and what that really means is that power is transmitted to all four wheels, and that really means that grip levels are absolutely phenomenal and very reassuring on the highway, or even when you are pushing this car hard into a corner. This is really a car which is meant to be thrown around on the racetrack, and one of the best cars in terms of chassis dynamics. Well, the crisp steering wheel along with this very dynamic chassis really promises to put a smile on your face every time you take this car out for a spin, a long one or a short one. It really doesn't make a difference. Well, another plus point about the fact that this car does have Audi's Quattro system and a very thick set of tires is of course that the braking is really very good. This car really does drop the anchor hard when you push that brake pedal and really does stop when you want it to. Well, one of the best things about the TT is that even though it is a sports car, visibility is very good from this cabin, and even the visibility at the back is very good thanks to a relatively large window, and that really makes life very easy when you are maneuvering this car around town traffic. Even though the suspension is a little firm, it's not uncomfortably so for day-to-day use, and if you do go over those potholes and bad patches of road carefully and drive over them a little slowly, this car will manage to keep you comfortable and not feel jittery at all when you travel on them. So the Audi TT really comes across as one of those few cars that promises to put a smile on your face every time you take it out for a spin. It's very practical and easy to live with on a day-to-day basis and has one of the best engines on any car on the planet. That, along with of course these gorgeous looks and the posh Audi badge up front, really makes it a winner. Well, and if you want to know more about this car and its rivals, head to our website www.autoportal.com. If you are in the market for a more affordable and more practical Audi, then you can always look at our link of the Audi A3 video by clicking on this link above. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking on this link over here. It's bye for now and hope to see you soon.